Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes of science in RPS group of schools. Today, we will discuss Module 6, which is a continued part of the chapter Microorganisms. Previously in Module 5, we studied the friendly microorganisms and their various uses. In this Module 6, we will study about microorganisms as 4. Harmful effects of microorganisms. All animals and human beings at one time or the other suffer from a disease. These diseases are caused by the microorganisms. These microorganisms enter our body where they multiply, damage the body cells, and cause various diseases. A disease-causing microbes are called pathogens. Pathogens disrupt the normal functioning of the body by attacking different parts of the body. Disease-causing microorganisms can enter our body through food, water, and air. It enters our body through cuts in the skin or through direct skin contact. And even sometimes it enters our body through carriers like mosquitoes and flies. Diseases caused by microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, viruses, and protozoa are communicable or infectious in nature. Diseases which can get transmitted from one person to another by direct and indirect contact are called communicable diseases. Tuberculosis, cholera, typhoid, malaria, dysentery are some of the common communicable diseases. Diseases which do not get transmitted from one person to another by direct and indirect contact are called non-communicable diseases. Diabetes, bronchitis, cataract, etc. are non-communicable diseases. Some diseases caused by microorganisms in plants: rust, smut, and blast. These diseases in plant are caused by fungi. Similarly, citrus canker is a plant disease caused by bacteria. In case of yellow vein mosaic, the causative organism is virus. If we talk about human diseases, the common bacterial diseases are pneumonia, tuberculosis, and cholera. The mode of transmission in pneumonia is air, the same with tuberculosis, and in case of cholera, the mode of transmission is either water or food. Common viral diseases in human are common cold, influenza, measles, chickenpox, jaundice, polio. If we talk about fungal diseases, then some diseases caused by fungus are food poisoning, ringworm, athlete's foot, etc. Some diseases caused in animals, especially cattle, are foot and mouth disease caused by virus and anthrax disease caused by a bacterium. Let's talk about food poisoning. Any disease caused due to consumption of contaminated food or drink is called food poisoning. It is usually associated with diarrhea or vomiting. It is caused by bacteria, viruses, or parasites. Sometimes poisoning may be caused from some chemicals. Microorganisms that grow on the food sometimes produce toxic substances. These substances make the food poisonous, causing serious illness and sometimes may cause fatal. Food poisoning can be caused due to presence of traces of pesticides found in the food. Even sometimes the metal salts produced by the reaction between the food and the material of the container or cooking utensils also causes food poisoning. As I told you, food poisoning is caused by microorganisms such as bacteria or fungi present in the spoiled food. The common microbes which causes food poisoning are Salmonella, Staphylococci, Clostridium botulinum, and Aspergillus. Earlier, I told you that food poisoning is caused by some toxins produced in the food by bacteria or fungi. For example, aflatoxin is a toxic substance produced during the growth of the fungus called Aspergillus on grains and vegetables. This toxin causes liver damage. Similarly, the bacterium called Staphylococci causes food poisoning by producing a heat-resistant toxin in the food. Being heat-resistant, these toxins remain in the food even when the bacteria have been killed during cooking. Another similar bacterium called Clostridium botulinum causes a form of food poisoning known as botulism. This infection is generally found in canned food. As the food is packed in tinned containers by vacuum technology, therefore there is no oxygen present in it. And thus, in the absence of oxygen, this bacteria grows rapidly and produces a toxin which causes food poisoning. Microbes spoil the food. So, there are some methods which we follow to reduce or prevent the food spoilage. That is called food preservation. So food preservation is a process by which foods are prevented from getting spoiled for a longer period of time. The color, taste and nutritive value of the food is also preserved. The food gets spoiled due to the growth of microorganisms on it. Thus, we should take the steps to kill the microorganisms in the food and also stop them from growing further. So, food preservation is the process of treating and storing food to prevent its spoilage by microorganisms by either killing the microbes or preventing or inhibiting them to multiply. There are several methods by which food can be preserved. Let's study about them one by one. The first method of food preservation is drying and dehydration. It means removing water from food, which is the chief source of spoilage of food. This method stops the growth of microorganisms as they cannot grow in the absence of water or moisture. Many food items such as dry fruits, cereals, pulses, spices are preserved by this method. The another method of preservation is by using vinegar. Vinegar prevents spoilage by making the environment inhabitable for microbes. Bacteria cannot survive in acidic content of this medium. Preservation by using oil. Oil is a natural preservative that prevents spoilage by isolating the food from air, providing a seal that can delay oxidation, deterioration, and molding. Vegetables, fruits, fish, meat are often preserved in oil or vinegar. Preservation by using salt and sugar. Sugar and salt are added in the food items to drain out water from their cells, to reduce moisture content in food and thus prevents the growth of microbes. Sometimes chemicals are used as a food preservation method. Some chemicals check the growth of microorganisms and increase the shelf life of the food. Therefore, they are called preservatives. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite are two common preservatives. These are used in the jams, ketchups, and squashes to increase their shelf life and check their spoilage. Sometimes adding citric acid and salt as preservative also prevents the attack of microbes. The next method is pasteurization. The process of pasteurization was discovered by Louis Pasteur. This method was named after him, which involves the use of heat to destroy pathogens in food. In this process, especially milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for about half a minute and then immediately cooled down. This process helps in destroying many harmful microorganisms without changing the flavor, composition, or nutritive value of the food. This method is usually associated with milk. Another method is deep freezing. Cooling stops or inhibits the growth of microorganisms. Thus, it is safe to store food at below 0 degree temperature in deep freezer. In the cold storage, the temperature is maintained at below minus 18 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, bacterial growth is prevented as the enzymes are inactivated. Therefore, deep frozen food retains its flavor as well as its freshness. Another method of food preservation is heating and canning. Canned food items available in the market are free from microorganisms. The food is heated at 110 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes and then canned under vacuum. By vacuum packaging, most dry food items like oils, etc., are marketed in sealed and airtight packaging. They contain nitrogen gas, which does not cause oxidation of fatty acids or food. That's all for this module. We'll join you soon with the continued module of this chapter. Till then, take care of yourself, students. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.